Hey everybody, this is Chewy Plays Nintendo, and today I'm going to talk about the latest screenshots we got for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now these screenshots actually came to us about a week ago from Nintendo in Europe. They gave us a promotional image with Tom Nook and Timmy and Tommy, and they included some new screenshots for the game. Unfortunately, they aren't the best quality, and there wasn't too much new, but we can get some exciting information from them. One of the most exciting things for me is that some public works projects have made a return. As you all know, we'll be crafting a lot of new items. I have mentioned in the past that it would be cool to see some of these old public works projects from New Leaf turn into items we can craft. In these new screenshots, we can finally see some of those old projects have returned into the game. The first and most obvious is the bridges. Bridges were major public works projects in New Leaf. We could build up to 3 different bridges in our town. Now, we can see bridges will make an appearance in New Horizons. Will bridges be something that we craft and place freely around our town, or will they be more restricted and have more rules when being placed? Are we going to be limited to having 3 in our town? The next one I've seen pointed out a lot is the Scarecrow item. Now, I want to be clear that Scarecrows have existed as public works projects in New Leaf. They were very cute, and I loved having them around my town. The Scarecrow gives me the impression that it'll be a craftable item. It's a much smaller item than the bridges, and I imagine bridges are a bit harder to program based on how they are used and treated in the world. Funny enough, we've seen another public works project that is now craftable, and this provides more evidence that these new items that we're seeing are also going to be craftable. The Bonfire is a project you could build in New Leaf as well as craft in New Horizons. So with these 3 items confirmed, I wonder what other public works projects will be reimagined to make a return. There's so many that would be fun to place around the town, especially with the updated visuals. They'll be much better looking in this game. Outside of some public works projects making a return, here are some other cool things that we see in the screenshots. There's a large log table in the first image that we haven't seen before. It seems the objects we'll be able to craft will get bigger and bigger. I want to note the 3x3 tile that shows up next to the public works projects in the crafting screen. This could mean that objects could be up to a size of 3x3. The next screenshot has an adorable rain outfit, and the tent is placed very close to the river. One thing about the design of this tent is that it's a villager design. The player tents are yellow and pointy, while the villager tents tend to range in colors and have a curved design. This autumn screenshot gives us a better look at the log fences we've seen before. I also love the paths that go between them. However, I am a bit bummed that we're still seeing what is probably the clay path. We can collect different materials. I imagine we'll be able to craft different paths with those. I also adore the leaf piles and hay look to the weeds in this shot. It really makes the island feel like an autumn forest. In this next screenshot, we get a scene that is very familiar. The big change here is that new hairstyle. We've seen this character with her red hair tied up in the past, but this time around, she's got her hair down and covering her ears. Her hair is also straight versus the more wavy long hairstyle we've seen in the past. Finally, this last screenshot gives us a look at the whole gang. I love the new gray hairstyle of the girl in the red polka dot dress. I also love the first look we get of the cabin house without the snow. It features a new blue roof, whereas previously we've seen it with a red roof. And this could also point that eventually Nook will offer services for us to customize our homes. Like I said, there wasn't too much new, but it is neat to see some public works projects make a return. I definitely want to see more public works projects get turned into big crafting projects in the full game. Let me know what you'd like to craft in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!